Alrighty, AUTOPROPAD team, Lock Labs. Alright guys, here's my situation. I don't know if you guys already know. I have a cluster. I could put it into service mode. I can get the bin file. I can get the EEPROM file from here. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. Now the problem that I have with this is the EEPROM file that I save out of the cluster stores onto the tablet. However, there's no way to get that file out of the tablet for me to analyze on my computer. There's no way at all. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. And I hope there's a way to fix this. As a matter of fact, let me go back. I'm gonna do a recovery so that way you can see what I have. That's the file that I read. Okay. That's the file that I read at 6:34. It's 7:30. I've been doing this for almost an hour trying to figure this stuff out. All right, so I'm not gonna write this back. So I'm gonna back up EEPROM. So the official key, or the original key, is actually in the slot. So it's gonna put itself and it's gonna start reading. So right here, it's telling me to save the file. Unfortunately, I have no other place but to save the file, so I'm gonna just name it VW cluster. Okay. All right. It's gonna communicate with the cluster. It's gonna do a lengthy read, so I'll come right back once this whole process is done. All right. It says right there, backup EEPROM file went to set SD card /diagnose /xtool /xtool /ODO, the VIN number and the date, time, etc. .bin. Okay. Perfect. Cluster reset. Let's read emo data. Turn this off. Good.
Yeah. No, no, 929.
Okay. So emo data is red. Cluster's back on as it should be. All the information is good. Now here's my problem. All right, everything's saved. Now it's time for me to go look for that file. As I said, it was in the SD card diagnose folder, right? So let's go to the root. That's where it was, right? Root SD, right? Diagnosis. There is no diagnose, just diagnosis. That's the diagnose folder is missing. Let's try this again. Storage. Let's try SD card 0. Diagnosis. Try this again. Emulated. Legacy. Nothing. This folder is in a locked partition. Emulated, same thing. This folder is in a locked partition, and I'm not allowed to retrieve my file. I mean, for a $3,300 tool, I'm unable to get my bin files for me to analyze files. I can go through each and every one of these folders, and it's not gonna be here. You know why? Let's go back. Go to storage. This has one partition. Total space, 10, right? Available, 9. Available, 26. This has two partitions, one that's locked and one that's available for us, right? Well, if this for security, I would say put the bin files in the download folder. At least put it in the download folder so that way we can work around with our files the way that we want. Right now, I'm tethered to a tool that's prohibiting me from accessing my files from my customers. It's really nothing that I can do at this point. I can't access the file. Because then if I decide to go back into the tool and I say, you know what, hey, I want to access that file, right? Somebody told me go to special functions, go to EEPROM adapter, go to file browser. See, if you will put that option here, manually find your files rather than it opening to a select folder, then we wouldn't have an issue. Right now, this is where it's selecting me. That's it. I have nothing in these folders, and the funny thing is I can't find these directories. So open, sending me to ECU. There's nothing in these folders, and it doesn't allow me to get anywhere else. So please just add an option here where it allows us to manually file browse and allow us to move our EEPROM or our bin files or anything that we decide to use this tool for. Have it here in this section. Gladly appreciate it. Because again, for a $3,300 tool, it's very upsetting that my key tool max, my IM508, my IM608, my Lonsdor, my key tool plus, all these tools can actually allow me to manipulate and analyze my EEPROM files, while this one doesn't let me do anything. And I can't even find it with File Explorer. So right now I'm currently stuck in using a feature that should be basic. Please help.